48 hours out from the home loss, and the Longhorns say the West Virginia hangover is gone. Texas is currently 0-8 against ranked opponents since beating Nebraska in 2010, but the Longhorns say they're ready to end that losing streak.
I just think that the Big 12 is a strong conference this year, and I think there's going to be, I don't think anybody will sweep the board. If they do, hats off to them, but I think we're still in it, and we just got to keep fighting.
One thing about this game is records don't matter. You know, it's an intense rivalry. You know, a lot of players know each other. A lot of players, from around here, and there's just nothing quite like it.
It's a big game. Honestly, we want to win another conference game, and I think this is just one step closer to that, to get to that Big 12 championship game. I think this is a big statement game, coming off a close loss like this, to go to Dallas and to win and be a big statement after losing the last 2 years.
The Big 12, man, it's such a competitive league, and it's hard to play every week, here in and here out. So every game's a big game, and if you can play well, play consistent, and play hard every single week, then essentially you can put yourself in a great position going into the future.
I think it's momentum, and I think it'll just help our season that much more, and know that we are an elite team, and then I think West Virginia is as good as any team in the country, and we're right there with them to the end. So we fix a couple things, and we'll be as good as any team in the country.
Oklahoma started the season ranked in the top 5, but after losing to Kansas State, have dropped out of the top 10. The Longhorns said they are not going to dismiss Oklahoma because of the talent it always has on its roster.
Well, they've got a lot of great players. There's no doubt Oklahoma has a lot of great players, and they're a good football team, and we have to be ready to play.
They're going to give you what you every year. They're saying a lot of tempo. They try to go real fast, take advantage of younger guys. They got good players. Honestly, I haven't watched too much film on them yet, but I'll probably do that after this.
What's your thought on Landry Jones? He's had an up and down career there at OU, but
but he's still a great player. At the end of the day, he's made plays. He's won a lot of games, and you can't underestimate him because he's a good player.
I think you start with their D-line. I was just watching their games today. They're big. They get pass rush on you. Those 4 guys alone can disrupt it in a hurry, which is a problem. And they'll play in some man coverage behind. And the one thing, just aside the schemes and all the things like that, they play hard every play. That's the one thing I've noticed against every team that they've played against for the entire 60, 70, 80 plays, whatever they've gotten. I haven't seen a let up. You've seen guys get beat. You've seen guys get turned. You've seen things where other teams have made plays, but you haven't seen guys just loafing or letting up. And so to me, that's part of that relentlessness. And I think that's, what we have to understand is, there's going to be an intensity there. We got to match that for 4 quarters. And I think regardless of the score of this game, that's how guys are going to play, no matter what, on both sides of the ball. It's just going to be an intense game for 4 quarters until it's, they call it off, and guys are going to continue to play. And I don't see them backing off one bit in those games.
Landry, he ate us up last year, and he's one of those guys that just comes out. He handles business. He's been doing it for 3 years now, so he's very experienced. He's played in his game, and we just got to come out ready to play. Gino was a great player too. He handled business this past weekend, but it's going to be we're going to be playing against great quarterbacks every week in this league.
Oklahoma's running the ball well. So we've got to look at that mark again this week, and if you're going to play regular defense, you still got to be able to defend the Heisman Trophy candidate with really good receivers. Kenny Stills is a great receiver. They've got the freshman, and they had a tremendous player from Penn State. So they've got really good receivers on the outside. They've got Shepard, who I coached his dad when I was there. Now he's a really good player too. So they're balanced, and that's the problem you have with them. When anybody that's balanced, it's tough. If somebody is one-dimensional, and we've always said, and it's one thing that I've said to all of our coaches, I want us to continue to be balanced on offense because that's the toughest way to defend somebody. And you try to take something away on offense, and that's tough when these teams can all of a sudden these spread teams are starting to run it well. That makes it very difficult to defend, and defensive coordinators are having more trouble now. You take one away, you better take it away because they're going to be better at the other one than you think they could be when your numbers diminish inside.
Texas attempted to make West Virginia one-dimensional last weekend by taking out the Mountaineers' passing game, but the Texas defense gave up 207 rushing yards to second-team tailback Andrew Bowie.
Essentially, we got to stop the run first, and that's our main focus this week. We got to make them one-dimensional, and if we can stop the run, then we can start talking about passing and rushing the passer.
We've just been gashed some up inside, and I thought our young linebackers played better the other night than they did against Oklahoma State. And our defensive line's doing what they're supposed to do. So we've got to feel better at safety, and we've got to have better linebacker play again. Steve Edmond did much better the other night, and he made some plays, but we've just got to play better there.
Honestly, on the field, I just give them praise, tell them to keep their head up, just keep fighting, because I remember when I was young, I was making mental mistakes in the game. I wasn't perfect. People get down on those guys, but the game's hard. I mean, with the new type of offenses, tempo offenses, and the offensive coordinators making all these type of calls, it's hard to be a young defensive player in this conference. So you got to understand what it takes to play defense. So I just tell them that just don't worry, improve each week as a younger player, and we'll be fine.
Kenny's been the key. Kenny's played great. He's tough. He's smart. He and Alex Jackson, Jeff Cote have been really special players to try to help everybody on defense hang together. And I do think we'll get better, and we'll get better. We've played two of the best offenses in the country, and I think people are going to get some good numbers against some other people that these two play against too. I don't think it's just us. And I thought Ole Miss had key players on offense. I think we'll see them score some points before the year's over.
Texas fans are probably finding it hard to see the good in the Longhorns' loss to West Virginia, but one player who stood out significantly was Alex Okafor.
Alex, you make yourself some money Saturday night. Be honest.
I felt like I did. I felt like I had a good game, one of my better games, or if not my best game here as a Longhorn. And I mean, like I've been saying all day, I don't have many games left. I got to give it all, everything I got, every single play, and I got to make sure my teammates are doing the same thing.
Reporting on the Longhorns, Taylor Gaspar, Orangebloods.com.